Welcome, Grade 11 scholars, to the International Online School. It's time to explore Chapter 2 of our physics course, Vectors and Equilibrium, designed according to Federal Board of Pakistan's curriculum and standards. Let's begin with Physics Chapter 2, Vectors and Equilibrium. In this overview, we dive into the vectors, Cartesian coordinate system, addition of vectors, multiplication of a vector, resolution of a vectors, product of vectors, concurrent forces, torque or moment of force, equilibrium, conditions of equilibrium. Let's explore each of these points covered in this chapter. We'll start our journey with an overview of vectors. Representing vectors in a plane and in space allows us to visualize and understand quantities with both magnitude and direction. Then we'll move on to our next section, Cartesian coordinate system. Understanding the Cartesian coordinate system aids in graphing vectors and locating points in space. Our next topics will be addition of vectors. Adding vectors involves combining their magnitudes and directions using the parallelogram law or triangle rule. Then, we'll shift our focus to multiplication of a vector. Scaling a vector involves multiplying its magnitude or direction by a scalar quantity. Next, we'll cover resolution of vectors. Breaking down vectors into their components helps analyze their effects in different directions. We'll also go through product of vectors. Scalar and vector products reveal information about the relationship between vectors in mathematical operations. Our next topics will be concurrent forces. Concurrent forces act at a common point and may result in equilibrium or motion. Our discussion will move on to torque or moment of force. Torque measures the rotational effect of a force around an axis, essential in understanding rotational motion. Next, we'll cover equilibrium. Static equilibrium occurs when an object is at rest, while dynamic equilibrium involves balanced motion. We'll continue to conditions of equilibrium, exploring the conditions necessary for an object to be in equilibrium, including the first, second, and complete equilibrium principles. With recorded lessons to go back to, easy-to-read notes, quizzes, practice tests to get you exam ready, online sessions with instructors, question forums, and live support from the International Online School team will make sure you're well prepared. Finishing this course means not just doing well, but being the best, and your hard work, getting A+ grades is definitely what you can expect. So, let's get started with Chapter 2, as we begin this amazing physics journey, crafted for your success at the International Online School.